If you get a speeding ticket, you may indeed write curse words on the payment form. You may tell the people of the town that they have a bad town, and you can tell them to go something themselves if you want to. That is the ruling from a federal judge, believe it or not. Now an entire village and a prosecutor are headed to court. Over on the big wall, you'll be able to see the spot where the village is. It happens to be called Liberty. It's about 100 miles north and west of New York City. A guy named William Barboza, and there he is. He got a speeding ticket 3 years ago. We had to blur out what he wrote. As much as I would love to tell you exactly what it is here on television, they would be angry with me upstairs, and it's not worth it to me, but I wish you'd Google it because it will give you a chuckle, unless you hate wordy dirds, and then don't. Cops arrested him, but the charges didn't stick. He said, yeah, I was speeding, but then he left him that little love note. Now a judge has ruled the arrest violated his First Amendment's right, saying the profanity, quote, did not convey an imminent threat and was made in the context of complaining about a government activity. She also ruled the driver can go ahead with a lawsuit accusing the village itself of failing to properly train police officers about free speech. We've reached out to officials from Liberty, New York. They had no comment. Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano joins us now. You know, he said, I was speeding, but you Liberty, New York.
Right. Well,
and they locked him up for it.
And they locked him up. So he pleaded guilty to the speeding, and in pleading guilty, he sent in a check for the amount of the fine. And on the form, which you just had on the screen, that accompanied the check, he wrote what he wrote. If we could put the form up on the screen, I want to point something else out.
Because it's cable. We can't get in trouble for it, except people might
Okay,
be mad
but if you look carefully at the very top of that screen, the name of the town is Liberty. He crossed it out and wrote Tyranny. Now,
very good work, sir. Good work, sir. Proud of you.
That is important because the judge hung her hat on the hook of this was not a threat to the police. This was a political comment on the manner in which the police treated him, and that is protected speech.
Now, the police are in no trouble because the police were doing as they were told.
Correct. The real culprit here is the prosecutor, a lawyer who ought to have known that this language is protected speech, and you don't order cops to arrest a guy because the guy has criticized the government. Criticism of the government is absolutely protected under the First Amendment. Prosecutor argued these were threatening words. And when the judge said, what act was threatened? Did you feel harmed by these words? You don't even work in the building where the form was sent to. And look, I don't want people to go out getting in cops' faces as a result of this.
They didn't get nobody got in the face. They sent a check with a note on it.
Can you be critical of the police? Yes. Can you be critical of them as they're arresting you? Yes. Can you use four-letter words in your criticism of them as they're arresting you? Yes. Can you threaten them? Absolutely not. This is on the other side of threat. This is on the side that says political speech, criticism of the government is protected.
How is the town good? The town's up for charges.
Yes, because the town hired a prosecutor who didn't know the First Amendment, and they're on the hook for that. How will this end? They'll pay him some money, and he'll go away. He doesn't even live in New York. He lives in Connecticut. But this is a great decision for freedom of speech.
It's a rare one, too.
Yes, it is. It usually goes the other way.
Thank you,
Shep.
Tyranny, New York.
When I saw this, I said, Shep's going to love this case.
Yes, we like this one. Good to see you, Judge.
All right,
I'll never speed through Tyranny, New York. We'll be right back with a mega merger to create a super brewery.